Hi, I'm Nilanshak Gilwan. I'm a fourth year electronics student. I had a very pleasant experience with McKinsey, McKinsey and Company. McKinsey and Company visited our campus for the job placement offer. Although I didn't get selected finally, but I was in the last 9 people, out of which McKinsey selected 2. So I would like to share my experience with you all. The process of McKinsey actually started with a CV shortlisting, which was very unique to the company. What McKinsey did was, instead of asking an individual CV from each candidate, they provided us with a set pattern of a CV from their side, and they expected us to answer the question as honestly as possible and as detailed as possible. The questions were basically, initially the questions were of academic nature and simple basic information about yourself. But the 3 questions that were actually key to, I think, getting selected were, why do you think yourself fit for McKinsey? The second question was that what skills do you possess to apply for the knowledge analyst KA position? And the third was, where do you see yourself in 3 years from now? So the 3 questions, you can answer them as detailed as possible, and it would be really advisable to answer them honestly and try to answer them in synchronization with what McKinsey expects from its prospective hire. You just go to the McKinsey website and talk to your seniors. You actually read what actually does the profile of a KA require you to do. There are very good videos on McKinsey website from which you will actually learn that do you have those particular skills which you require to do well in a KA job. You just write them down in those CV, and if you have a good percentage, they said that the percentage was the criteria, but to some extent it was followed, but there were actually people who had some backs and still they were selected. So basically it was CV shortlisting, which had a very, very big impact on the same. The next thing followed was the presentation, and after that we had a written test on the written test from McKinsey. The written test was of DI, data interpretation, and case study round. The test included some real McKinsey case studies which they had, and they asked us a simple question. They weren't calculation intensive, but just required you to understand the problems thoroughly. There were about 20 questions or something, and I think if you did some 12 something right, you were into it. This was then followed by GD round. GD had simple topics, and the thing McKinsey people were looking for, in my GD, the topic was is United Nations the 51st star of the United States. So there were some people who had very, very great points, but they were not selected. The thing they were looking for actually were team player skills, whether you were listening to other people or whether you were supporting other people as well. So that was the McKinsey people were very deceiving. जिन लोगों को उन्होंने एक्चुअली सपोर्ट करा था जीडी के वक्त, उन लोगों को नहीं लिया, और जिन लोगों को लगा था बिल्कुल नहीं लेंगे, पर वो टीम प्लेयर थे अच्छे, उनको फाइनली सिलेक्शन हुआ. द रिजल्ट वर नॉट आउट द सेम डे. नेक्स्ट डे पे रिजल्ट आ गए थे. देन वी हैड आवर इंटरव्यू राउंड्स. McKinsey has a very exhaustive interview procedure. There were about 4 interview rounds. Interview rounds तक I don't remember the exact percentage. I think 20 people reached the interview round. So the first 2 rounds were, there were 4 panels. One was for HR, one was for non-technical. It included DI and guesstimates. And 2 more, the other 3 was for the same. 3 for guesstimates and 1 for HR. So you could get, people were divided up, तुम्हें कोई भी particular panel मिल सकता था उसके अंदर. So first मुझे 2 panels मिले थे, that was for, दोनों मुझे guesstimates और DI के मिले थे. The DI was actually calculation intensive, but the people were very friendly, very supportive, very helpful. Or questions, agar you just refer to any good book like Case in Point by Martin Lentino or Ward Guide, you will get the basic hang of what case studies are actually about. And दोनों case studies down पे मेरे simple case studies थी. Simple, if you provide a convincing answer, you will get to it. After that, 9 people were selected out of 20, and those 9 people had 2 more interview rounds. One was HR, which was the basic questions included like, why do you want to join McKinsey? Tell me about yourself. Where do you see yourself in next years? What skill do you possess to be a KA? Why do you want to switch from technical background to a consultancy background? And the last round which I had was a guesstimate round. The guesstimate round was very standard guesstimate question, and what they actually asked you was to think out loud and think out strategically and in a methodological way, not think haphazardly. So you just practice some guesstimates from the good books, and McKinsey would be an easy process for you. Well, I can share with you the reason that why I think I wasn't selected in McKinsey. सारे राउंड अच्छे थे. I think what went wrong was the guesstimate round. Guesstimate round में मेरे को इतनी practice नहीं थी personal उससे पहले. The books I'm listening to you now, and that is why I was not thinking in a strategical manner, and I wasn't able, and I got a little nervous at the last point. So I think that was what went wrong. You just practice some guesstimate question, and you will be very fine with it.